and welcome to the Socially Isolated College Kids podcast.
Yeah!
Today, I am joined with three titans of the movie industry. In one corner, we have Edison.
That's me. I'm in the right corner. Just for our listener, I'm in the right corner.
In the next corner, we have Blake.
That's me. I'm in the next corner.
She's also in the right corner.
They're also in the right corner. And for the first time ever, we have a special guest introducing Paul.
Hey, I'm me. Thanks for having me. I'm so excited. I'm also in the right corner. It's a little cramped over here.
That's right.
But I'm glad to be here.
Someone should tell you guys that there are three other corners that you could have chosen.
Well,
wait, yeah, I didn't choose my corner. I was just put in the right corner.
Yeah, I gave you that corner, and you're gonna stick there. You're gonna stay where I put you. All right.
Well, this is getting intense.
It really is, because this is an intense movie we're talking about today.
Yeah, a big old intense
movie. Lots of fighting, lots of monkey.
Dude, right? A huge monkey, can I say?
A real big monkey. He's got a big old stick. He's fighting a big old lizard.
He really does have a stick.
All right. But before we get into any monkey, how has everybody's week's been going? It's kind of the end of the week now, actually. So how's everybody's week been going? Yeah, okay, Zach, how has your week been going?
You really put that out into the world and just let it sit there.
Anybody could have picked up the space, but they didn't. So it's not on me.
You know what, Edison?
Maybe learn how to
podcast.
Has
been pretty good. I'm doing well.
Hey, that's good. I'm glad that you're doing well.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I had a great week. I had lots of melon.
Yeah. I hate them, but yeah.
Melon
podcast. Paul J. Sausville, how's your week been?
Dude, let me say, my week's been pretty good. It's been busy as all heck. But we're here now. It's the weekend, and
True.
And also, I saw potentially the greatest movie of all time.
When?
Which we're here to discuss.
Oh, that movie. Okay.
Oh, no, I was talking about Tom and Jerry on HBO.
Tom and Jerry on HBO Max.
Oh, wow.
Everybody's favorite film. And finally, I'll go back to myself. Can I get a little hush, a little quiet?
No.
I'm vaccinated. Everybody. I got the vaccine.
Yes.
Just today.
He's invincible.
I'm invincible. I'm gonna go kiss somebody. I don't know who.
He has too much power.
I know, but I have kissing powers now. I'm gonna go kiss the first person I see. Well, I still need the second one.
Anybody.
I could smooch
you could
anybody.
Smooch anyone you want.
Right,
to.
and they can't say anything.
Wow.
Because they're not vaccinated, but I am.
I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Who would you smooch, though?
Who would I smooch?
Yeah.
Probably the big monkey.
Dude, you see those luscious lips?
He's got big lips.
Yeah.
I could kiss all over those lips. It'd take a long time to give him a good kiss.
Yeah. That's for sure.
And he won't get COVID, probably.
No.
But you never know. But anyway, I'm happy about that. I got one more shot to go because I got that little Pfizer bad boy. But
the old P Fizz.
The P Fizzy. We're halfway there though. And with that, I think it's time to move into everybody's favorite section.
Oh my gosh. Is this the Edison movie news section?
It's the Edison movie news section.
Oh my god.
And boy, oh boy, is there a lot this week. All right, so
wow.
I am so excited for this. This isn't really, it's movie news, but it's not like anything big. But Scott Pilgrim vs. the World's 10th anniversary just happened over this past week. And they announced that they will be doing a Dolby Vision remaster that will come to theaters April 30th. And I'm very excited to see it. I love that movie. It's a great movie.
I love that movie. Yeah. One of my favorites.
And oh boy, am I excited.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a comic book movie, I guess, but the comic book was developed alongside the movie.
Okay.
It's its own thing.
It's Michael Cera fighting off people.
Yeah,
cool.
Edgar Wright directed it.
Okay.
It's really good.
It is
Okay,
good.
cool.
I would recommend checking it out on April 30th in Dolby Vision. So there was some there was some.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep, that's what there was.
Oh my god, there's gonna be so much editing in this podcast already. There was
We're
some.
keeping it in.
There was
no,
some
no
flash
edits.
casting.
0 edits.
Some flash casting is what I meant to say. Instead, I said flasting. There was some flash casting finally. So Ron Livingston is replacing whoever the actor was in the Snyder Cut, Harry Allen.
Ezra Miller?
No. His dad, because his dad, there were some scheduling conflicts and he's not coming back. But Ron Livingston is now playing Harry Allen. There were also 2 other people listed, but I don't recognize them, and it didn't give a character name, so I figured there's no point saying it. But I could, but I won't. All right, so also they announced a Ghost of Tsushima movie, which is a video game on the PlayStation that I played the heck out of. A really good game. It's a samurai type game.
I was about to say it's the samurai game, right?
It's the samurai game where you're like basically
a samurai.
You're a samurai, and the last samurai on Tsushima. There are like a couple other ones, but spoilers, I guess. And it's this has the ability to be a really good movie because it's just a samurai story. So as far as movies
it's a classic samurai story,
right? Exactly. So they can make it good.
Mm-hmm.
Video game movies are never.
Will
good.
they
could
though?
also also mess it up big.
They
time.
really could mess it up real big time. A lot of people are calling for the voice actor in the game to play the main character because they look very similar. Jin Sakai is his name. Yeah, Blake.
It's Blake.
Jin Sakai is the name of the character. And Blake Zardezed will be playing Jin Sakai.
Whoa.
Jin Sakai.
It's kind of crazy. There's some test footage with Blake out there. I've watched it like 6 times. She looks just like that. It's weird.
I'm a samurai, man.
I guess so. In a little bit of sad news, Jessica Walter, who is the mom from Arrested Development, she was also the voice actress in Archer. I don't know what character, but she passed away at the age of 80 over this week.
I was actually bummed out about that.
Yeah, I was real sad about that too.
I
She's
love Arrested Development.
Great
It's probably
show.
my favorite of the sitcom shows that I've seen.
Yeah,
I really like
absolutely.
it.
It is
Specifically
definitely...
the original 3 seasons.
Yeah, the
So-
Netflix ones are
I would
okay.
have.
What's that?
I would have struck you all as just really big Big Bang fans.
Yeah,
I thought y'all were just
Big Bang and Rick and Morty.
huge into the. Oh yeah, dude. You're just so smart. It's like it's that kind of humor that
Right, exactly.
just not everyone's gonna get.
Well,
Exactly.
I'm glad you brought that up because Young Sheldon has been renewed for 3 more seasons.
Thank God.
Ooh.
I don't know who's watching this show.
Thank goodness.
I mean,
I think we found him.
that's right. It's us. I mean, we all know that everything is made for Blake. Is young
Yeah,
Sheldon?
yes, we talked about this. Yeah.
Right. Is Young Sheldon good for you, Blake? Like, is that a top one? You enjoy that?
Does he treat you right?
Yeah, that's right.
I mean, I've never seen
Does it caress
but
your
yes.
sweet little eyes with young little Sheldons? But yeah, so season 4, 5, and 6, I think, are coming out, or maybe
Oh my god.
maybe 3, 4, 5. But even still, like, I don't know who's watching this show.
Wow.
Why are they making it? Doesn't matter.
What exciting news.
Well, I don't know if I've ever met someone who actually watched Big Bang.
Me either.
I haven't
But
either.
I mean, maybe it was a little bit before our time, but still,
Yeah,
you think you'd run into somebody.
like one of these days. I mean, I've seen it on
I've-
TV, like when the TV's on, but I don't watch it.
Well, yeah, you don't tune in every week.
Right.
You don't have your.
Yeah,
You don't
especially
have- you
because
don't
it's
put your-
done.
Yeah, well, that's
Right.
that too.
Not
You got
tuning
me
in. Yeah, I could. I'm gonna tune in every week to when it was playing.
The same time it would
Right,
have been.
right, and just watch whatever is on. Probably Riverdale or some stupid
Probably
show.
reruns of The Big Bang Theory.
It
Yeah.
really probably is. They were getting paid so much money towards the end of that show.
Could you imagine?
I wish that I made that much money, but
Yeah.
I didn't. Luckily, the COVID-19 vaccine was free. All right, over this past
Just wait
week.
till the podcast blows up.
Yeah, that's right. We
We'll
make
be rolling in it.
rolling in. Podcasters don't make that much money. So, anyway,
Just wait till we have Carrie Scogland on the Winter Soldier episodes.
Carrie, we're waiting for you. I know that
Yeah,
you're a big fan
really
of the
are.
podcast. Get in here on our
fan.
Falcon and Winter Soldier episodes.
Yeah.
So
We know you're listening.
we know Justice is Gray released this past week. I don't really know what it is other than the Justice League Snyder Cut just in black and white. I think it might just be that. I guess I don't know.
Wow.
Like, I don't know why they made it. Like,
I'm really excited to go watch the 4-hour Snyder Cut again, just in black and white this
in
time.
black and white. Like worse,
No.
exactly worse.
Never again. Sorry.
We're gonna be
I
reviewing
do
it
think-
next week.
No.
I do think-
the
yeah, right.
Lorax.
I do think that the We Live in a Society line is in the Justice is Gray cut.
I did see that
That's the only
online
difference,
somewhere.
I think. Well,
There's like
other
a
than it's
deleted
black and
scene
white.
with the "We Live in a Society" that they're adding.
Which is, I mean, I guess.
Yeah.
A lot of
mean-
DC. Oh, what's that?
Oh, I was gonna say. I mean, we do live in a society, so
Right.
it would make sense.
Well, I actually don't know for sure that we live in a society because I haven't watched the Justice is Gray cut, so I don't know for sure that we live in a society. A lot of DC news though. There was a surprise drop of the Suicide Squad trailer, which looks really good, and it is hilarious that Starro is the main villain. Do any of you know who Starro is?
No idea.
I'm drawing blanks. Yeah, I'm flipping through my my little notebook here. No,
All right,
don't count.
so
Oh,
basically, Starro is one of the very first Justice League villains. He's this giant starfish. He's got telekinetic powers. He can control people with little starfishes. And good God, is he hilarious and so stupid. And I'm so excited that he's the main villain of the Suicide Squad. I think it's so funny. And
Yes.
I literally cannot wait. Jeff Goldblum was spotted around Chris Hemsworth and Taika Waititi. So maybe, not confirmed,
Yes!
maybe he's in the new Thor movie, which is
I
exciting to
love
me.
Jeff Goldblum.
Gosh, I
a
do.
lot.
I do too. Jeff Goldblum and Michael Cera are in talks to be in Wes Anderson's newest film. Early stages, but
Wow. That's perfect casting for Wes Anderson, I feel.
right? Is Jeff Goldblum? I feel like Jeff Goldblum's definitely in a Wes Anderson film.
He's in Grand Budapest Hotel, I'm sure.
Yes,
He is.
I'm sure.
Oh, you know what?
So.
He's one of the dogs in Isle of Dogs too.
Yes, he
Is
is
he?
also that.
Is he
Yes.
also in the Royal Tenenbaums or no? I don't know if y'all have seen.
I
that.
can't remember. Maybe.
I don't know if I've seen that
I
one.
don't know. Again, he fits the like
vibe.
Yeah.
kind of weird looking person
Exactly.
in a
It's
movie
like-
in a Wes Anderson film.
Right.
Yeah.
You're so right though. It's like the perfect
Oh yeah, no,
match.
we all know.
Yeah. Russell Crowe is also joining for Thor 4, which I guess, I don't know, what has Russell Crowe done other than Les Mis these days? Like, is he still acting?
I have no idea. You know, that Thor movie seems awful crowded from a glance. Because
I
got
agree.
you got Thor, you got Natalie Portman's coming back, you got
Yeah.
Christian Bale is playing the villain,
Right.
Russell Crowe is in it, the Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be in it.
I wonder if
people
it's going to be
over there.
like, yeah, a lot of people. I wonder if it's going to be cameo type situations.
It might be.
Like,
It might be.
Russell Crowe just shows up in the same way Matt Damon was in
Ragnarok. Yeah.
Ragnarok. So, could be that, could be something else. We'll see. Kind of exciting. I don't know. Chris Rock. Sorry. Russell Crowe. Russell. That I'm looking at my next note is about Chris Rock. Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson are starring in a Spiral from the Book of Saw movie. So basically it's a Saw movie, but like a spinoff, I guess, which releases May 14th. The trailer just dropped this week. I didn't watch it because I don't care to watch the Saw movies. Anybody like those?
Nope.
No.
Oh, Blood
Not-
likes
not-
them.
Oh, you do like them.
Yeah, although
You're a fan of Saw
my
movies?
friends don't let me watch them because they say it gives me bad ideas.
That's yeah.
Oh.
I thought we were your friends. I've never said that.
Did you watch? What was it? Box Cube? What was that movie called? It was just
I
a
do
Saw.
not know what you're
It was a
talking
Saw film, but it took place in a
Oh.
box.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know what it's called, and no, I did not watch it.
I don't mess with stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of like gory stuff, and Saw
Mhm,
movies are
mhm.
just basically that.
I watch
but I-
Disney and gory.
A
They
match
go
made
to-
in heaven.
Perfect.
Go together like something bad.
like arsenic and old lace.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Star Wars: The Bad Batch premieres May 4th, which is a fun little date. little winky wink date.
Every
Winking.
time I glance and see that title, I think it's called Star Wars: The Bad Bitch, and I get really confused. And then I have to reread it.
It's about Gina Coriano.
Oh my god.
That's how they're killing her off. It's one episode and she just dies.
God damn.
It's 5 minutes long.
Yeah.
Just getting taken out back.
Oh my god.
It's like it's a little bit too much too. Like you're watching it and you're like, jeez.
It's the first R-rated Disney Plus show.
Right.
They can show that. Jeez.
Rest in peace, Gina. quite literally. All right, a live stage adaptation. So Game of Thrones is circling back around, I guess, because just the other week we learned about those 3 spinoffs, but today, 2 days ago, they announced that a live stage adaptation of Game of Thrones is coming to Broadway and the West End.
Ooh.
I don't know what that means.
Isn't there's a lot of seasons and books for Game of Thrones, right? how
there are a lot of things. And,
there's a lot going on.
Yeah, George R.R. Martin, author of those books, got paid an 8-figure deal for all of these.
8-figure.
Yeah.
Ooh.
For all these spin-offs that are coming out that he's not even writing. It's just his characters. Well, he might be writing them, but he hasn't written them yet.
Well, if there's anything I love, it's Broadway shows that are based on pre-established movies or TV shows that are meant to get you to buy tickets.
Yeah, Godzilla or King Kong.
I saw King Kong. Maybe we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
No.
Actually, that'd be a good connection to throw around there. Just 2 more things. Knives Out 2 begins filming June 28th in Greece. And boy, am I excited because I love that first film. I actually found out the other day that the first Knives Out film, that mansion that they shoot it in, is only about half an hour away from my school. That's kind of interesting. Should go check it out. But on top of that, Netflix bought the Knives Out franchise, so they're making a second and a third one. They bought it for $450 million. And for sure, Daniel Craig is going to be in both of them, and Rian Johnson is going to direct both of them.
Nice.
That's exciting. I love Rian Johnson.
Me
Great
too.
director. And that concludes the Edison movie news section.
Yeah.
I'm gonna write a little theme.
I was gonna say you need a theme, a little something special, you know.
Yeah, Zach, you sing it right now. And it better not be the Electro theme.
That's where mine went first, but I won't do it. Ready? It's the Edison movie news. Oh wait, no, that's Agatha all along. Shit.
I'm gonna put that in the beginning and leave it at the end of the Edison movie news section.
Cut it.
All right.
Cut it.
No, I'm not cutting that out. I'm gonna cut out all my mistakes and leaving all of yours. All right.
No.
But with that, it's time to talk about Big Monkey versus Big Lizard.
Oh, huge monkey versus silly, stupid lizard.
Oh boy,
stupid little lizard.
Some big old lizard with some fire breath that beat up a tiny little monkey.
Yo, what about that big robo lizard though?
Yeah, okay.
We'll get to the big robo lizard, that's for sure.
We sure will. All right, so spoilers from here on out. We kind of talked about the robo lizard, which is kind of a spoiler, I guess. But
yeah.
Zach, give us that quick summary.
All right. So the film follows a bunch of humans who are trying to take Kong to some place for some reason that I missed, and then Godzilla is like mad.
I don't think
for some
they
reason.
said. I literally do not think that they told us why they were doing that.
And then
they need power. They were trying to get power from the center of the earth.
Yeah, they were doing that.
Yeah.
And then Godzilla and King Kong fight. Oh my god. That's the movie.
It really is the whole movie. This movie, it's 2.5 hours long, yeah? Or was it just 2 hours?
Oh, it was an hour 40 minutes.
No, it's 2 hours.
Hour 53 to be precise, but
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
I didn't watch
I didn't watch the credits either. This movie, overall, general review from me here at the beginning, is that this movie just was really boring. Not a lot happened other than them fighting, which was exciting, but it was also a minority of this film.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It had its moments, but a majority of it was not it. It was just people. It was just some like it was just like really tiny monkeys talking about how the big monkey might fight the lizard, and then the big monkey fights the lizard, and all the tiny monkeys are like surprised that it happened,
Right.
and then it's boring, and then they fight again, and it's exciting for like a minute, and then it's boring.
Right.
Yeah, I don't care about the humans. I mean, I thought like the best parts of the movies were when like they were fighting. Like it was pretty sick. But like when it went back to the humans, I was like, I don't really care.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
I don't care at all.
Uh,
So
I would. Oh, go ahead.
yeah, well, I just want to say, Zach, I'll let you get in your opinion, but I do want to say that these movies, technically, this movie is a sequel to like 4 other films that I have not personally watched.
Oh,
So
Oh, you
I
haven't
don't.
seen them?
No, I have
Oh
not
my
seen.
gosh.
Yeah, I haven't seen
Jeez.
any of them.
same.
So I know that there's a Godzilla movie or 2 that are in this universe, and I know that there's a King Kong movie or 2 that are in this universe, but I have not seen either of them. So, Zach, what do you think?
I think I've also not seen any of the other ones.
Disgrace.
This is like the Captain America Civil War of Godzilla and King Kong movies. So I was a little confused, but I thought from a
Yes.
character and narrative standpoint, kind of not good. But from a giant CGI monster fight perspective, it was kind of sick.
Oh boy, the kaijus in this movie, insane. There were like
Mm.
4 of them.
Yeah,
Maybe
well,
5.
well, here's the deal. First off, surprised y'all haven't seen the other films. Because, man, oh man, they're films.
Are they the same?
well, you're the
they're-
odd one out, so
They're super the same. They're like identical.
That's what I
except,
figure, yeah.
Except Kong Skull Island is legitimately a fantastic film. Like, great cast, good plot, big monkey, huge monkey.
Big Monkey. I have heard that it's a pretty good movie. Maybe
Like
I'll check it
I genuinely enjoy that film quite a bit. Godzilla, the first film, Godzilla's not in it for like all of it, and then Godzilla King of Monsters, which is the film that came between Kong Skull Island and this film, is the same film as this film.
Yeah.
And I think Zach, I think you said you were a little confused because you hadn't seen the other films. Let me just say, nothing would have cleared this film
Okay.
up if you had watched the other ones.
Yeah, I don't
Literally,
know.
there
I didn't
is-
think it would.
Yeah, that's
There
good to
is
hear
no
because
form, shape, or form that makes this film any more. Or sorry, if you had seen the other films, it would not have explained anything that happened in this film. This film was its own thing, but at the same time, the exact same thing.
yeah, it really did
Wow.
feel like just a hodgepodge of like a bunch of different movies. Like we have
yeah.
Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things, who was
Millie
playing
Bobby
Millie Bobby
Brown.
Brown from Stranger Things.
Yes, exactly.
We had that one kid from Deadpool 2 who was playing that one kid from Deadpool 2, and then a bunch of other people I didn't care about.
They
Not that I
just
cared
don't
about
care
the
about
two
I
of
didn't.
them,
I
but
cared 0% about Millie Bobby Brown. I'm sorry.
me either.
Same.
I really
Oh.
did not.
Well, I will say that's the one thing. If you had watched Godzilla King of Monsters, you would have cared even less about Millie Bobby Brown because in that movie she spends the entire film crying her eyes out the whole time, and then
Oh
she's
my
like,
god.
and here's some spoilers for that one. She's like, "No, Mom, don't kill everyone," and her mom's like, "Too bad," and then she's like, "Oh," and then she cries, and then her mom kills everyone, and then she cries
That-
some more.
Does her mom die? Because her mom was not in this.
Her mom dies big time.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
Well, you know-
her mom gets literally cooked alive.
Oh,
Ooh.
Yeah,
cool.
You hate to see
When
it
God-
by
when Godzilla
Godzilla
goes
or
in-
by just like a
God-
grill.
Godzilla goes into a literal nuclear meltdown. Godzilla does, and burns her alive because that's just
Hey.
something he can do.
That's something I can do too. I just don't do it very often. This movie opens on Big Monkey.
Wait.
And
Before we do
what's
that, going into this movie, whose team was everybody on?
I was on Godzilla. I was on Team Zill.
Blake?
Team Kong.
Team Kong? Paul, what about you? Where are you leaning?
I'm Big Monkey for now and always.
Wow.
And
I'm,
Oh,
a,
yeah.
I'm a Godzilla guy. I'm with Edison, so we still have
Yeah.
that
yeah,
split.
Right.
we
so
still
I
have
just
the split.
I just want
we didn't
to
talk.
take a.
We didn't talk about Cameron.
Yo, Cameron was monkey.
I will say in your long time listener, first time speaker,
Yeah.
in your very first episode, you did pick your sides, and Cameron did say how much of a large Kong supporter he is, essentially saying that he's a smart person compared to
Right.
both of you who are unintelligent
Well,
lizard brains.
Well, we may be unintelligent, but we are correct. So
We
I just
are
want to take
right.
this moment to
No.
laugh at you. I don't know what to
Okay.
tell you.
Well. Okay. Sorry. Here's a better question. Who do you think won?
Godzilla.
Godzilla.
Obviously.
Incorrect.
He obviously
100% wrong.
won.
That's so not true. What are you talking about?
Did we watch the same movie?
You are. Oh, we watched the same movie, and and you are incorrect.
What are you talking about? Godzilla has his foot on King Kong and almost kills him, and then King Kong almost dies unless the humans come and like shock his heart.
I will say King Kong was he was taking a quick power nap. He would have gone up. The humans helped him wake up faster. I will give you that. But he would have been up. He would have woken up. He would have seen Godzilla dead as doornails after Mechazilla whooped his ass and then killed Mechazilla like he did. I don't know if you noticed that who killed Mechazilla or Mechagodzilla? Kong did.
The both of them.
Yeah, but who almost killed
wrong.
Kong?
Nope, incorrect.
Godzilla.
I just want to say that 2 weeks in a row, both of the themes of this movie, these two movies, Snyder Cut included, is friendship and teamwork makes the dream work. And I hate it. I'm so sick of it. Like, I don't care. I know that Justice League's gonna win. I know that one or both of the kaijus are gonna win.
Yeah, but Kong won more.
Yeah, but also he didn't.
No, I would like to point this out. At the end of the movie, who was standing tall and proud, high and mighty, and who was sulking away into the watery depths like a coward? And yes, I am doing coward in sign language because they just kept doing that in the movie.
They really did. And also, though, he was saying goodbye because they were friends at the end.
Incorrect.
Well, what I will say is that
buddies.
I went into this movie thinking it was going to be a Godzilla and King Kong movie, and really, it's a King Kong movie with Godzilla as a guest star, to be honest.
Absolutely, that is true, yeah.
As it should be.
Well, he also lost, though, so...
He did lose.
It's really interesting, though, because I just, couldn't care about any of the characters, Godzilla, King Kong included. And then they fight the Mechagodzilla that this random scientist created that somehow got free will.
Yeah, how did that happen?
Okay, so I guess this kind of goes back to Godzilla King of Monsters. In Godzilla King of Monsters, Godzilla fights King Ghidorah, Monster Zero, who is a three-headed dragon who shoots lightning.
So a Hydra?
You cut his head off and only one grows back.
So like a bad Hydra?
Yeah, like a lame Hydra.
Yeah, cool.
And I will say, this is another fun thing. In that movie, Godzilla dies 5 times.
Good.
And he's brought back one time by they lit a fucking nuke in front of his face, and that brought him back. And then the other time, Mothra, who was another kaiju, explodes, and her magical moth powder brings him back to life.
Oh yeah, of course, magical moth powder. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so just to kind of put off just even more of how much of a loser Godzilla is. But so he kills Ghidorah, and then a eco-terrorist organization takes the head of Ghidorah, and that's what they used to power. That was the big skull that they used to power Mechagodzilla.
Okay.
And so I think it was the spirit of Ghidorah possessed the robot and just immediately knew how to work and function it.
All right, but that still makes no sense.
No, it's batshit crazy. That's for sure.
It really is. I feel like they should have just gone all the way out and made this the Avengers Endgame of kaiju films, because they could have totally just put Mothra in it and that C1.
That's the problem. All of the kaijus died in Godzilla King of Monsters.
That's such bad planning, you know?
Oh, horrible
Because you could have
planning.
had this huge team up film of all of the monsters that everybody knows. And it would have been awesome. Well, it would have been okay, probably. And I mean, we all watched the movie. It wasn't that good. It probably would have been okay. And then it would have been a little bit cooler than Monkey Lizard versus Big Old Metal Lizard.
Yeah, no. Godzilla King of Monsters, they just like, here's 20 kaijus. I'm not joking. There was so many, and now they're all dead.
Yeah, because there were not any in this film other than
No, there weren't. There were
was
the war
Yeah.
bat snake things,
right.
and then the bats in the caves. But they're just like animals, you know? Are they really kaijus?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't
Right,
say
hardly,
so.
because there were like a couple of them anyway, so I don't know if that counts if there's more than one. Oh, also there's the Chekhov's gun of Millie Bobby Brown and the other two characters are in that like transportation ship, and they're like with all these eggs of all these spider monster kaiju guys. And then-
Skull crawlers.
Right, and they never show up again.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna be at some point part of the movie. No.
Yeah, those are from Kong Skull Island. And yeah, I mean there was like 6 or 7 eggs in there, and then they showed one
At
of them and he got
least.
cut in half. Done. And let
And
me
that
say,
wasn't even the same one, I don't think, because that was
because he
the
was
one
fully
got cut in
grown.
half. Yeah, the one got cut in half was in like Middle Earth or whatever, Hollow Earth.
Yeah.
Middle Earth is
Middle
Lord of
Earth.
the Rings. Hollow Earth is yeah. Also, they need a better name. They need a better name for that. What the hell is Hollow Earth?
Well, it's the Earth, but there's a hole in the middle of it.
When that part in the movie happens, I was like, why?
Yeah, that was
Why
bad.
is this happening?
Yeah, I don't know. They didn't explain that at all, and maybe they explained it. Did they explain it in the earlier movies?
No, in one of the movies they were like, "Oh, well, maybe Godzilla gets around so fast because there's holes in the Earth."
Yeah, of course. I forgot about that.
Blake, how did you feel when they went in giant holes in the ground?
Excuse me?
It was
I don't
one
know.
giant hole,
No,
Zach.
there were more than one, right?
And then
I think it
Godzilla
was one.
drilled a
Godzilla
hole
made
in, like,
one.
I don't know.
Oh yeah. Wait, and then so that makes it so wait, it was under the earth?
Oh yeah.
Where was it?
Okay, Hollow Earth. The idea of Hollow Earth is that at multiple points on the Earth, there's just ginormous holes that go to the center of the Earth. Throwback to the Journey to the Center of the Earth. And then
Classic.
and yeah, and there's just multiple. Like there was one on
I'd rather
Skull
watch
Island.
that movie.
Journey to the Center of the Earth
fantastic
with
film.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
No,
Okay, so
I was
but
talking
there's
about the other one.
oh the first one.
Yeah.
So there's two gravity fields, and then he
Mhm.
shoots through the ground. I don't know what he's shooting at. King Kong, I
He
guess.
feels King Kong down there.
How?
Yeah.
He's like, hey, come and fight.
I mean,
Yeah, and
there was
also,
that
like-
the signal or something.
And well, I don't know.
Our resident kaiju
movie just
film
sucks.
expert.
Yeah, I don't know why I don't know anything about this, and yet somehow I know so much about this. And maybe I was
Well,
too
here's the
invested.
thing too.
It's
So
a terrible place to be
Godzilla
in.
goes to Hong Hong,
No,
presumably
Yeah.
that was not it.
Hong
Say that
Hong.
again. Hong Hong.
Hong Kong.
There you go. That's better.
Shit.
Yeah.
I misspoke at the beginning of the episode. Edison said,
Try again, buddy.
Flash. Anyway,
You're doing so good.
Catch your breath.
the point is, Godzilla went to Hong Kong, and he went presumably to go fight Mechagodzilla, but also like geographically happened to be in a perfect spot to shoot a giant laser down into King Kong's home base throne.
Exactly.
area.
That
Where-
was
that they
my
entered
largest
through-
issue.
They
So-
entered through Antarctica, also, right?
Yes.
So how are they
correct.
anywhere near Hong Kong? or as Zach likes to call it, Hong Hong.
Let's not make this
I
a
don't
recurring
remember.
thing, but
It,
I don't
it will
remember
be.
when they were flying the ship and that one girl was like, "Damn, can he move?" I don't know if you remember that. He was cooking
I
because he knew
do.
where he was
He
going.
was cooking.
At that point in the film, I looked at the person next to me and I said, "Man, I hate to see him go, but I love watching him leave." And
That's
then
right.
and then they
That
left.
big old monkey butt.
Big money. I will say they could have given him a little bit more cake.
I agree. They could have
Or-
given both
Excuse
of them a
me?
little more cake.
Oh yeah. Oh well, that's another thing. On that regard, Godzilla's flat as a freaking. I don't
He
know.
really is.
There's nothing there. There's nothing to look at.
It's just like
I
a
mean,
triangle.
Big
I
Monkey's
just
got a little something something, but
got a little bit of muscles, a little
yeah,
bit of
he-
cake.
he's got that
Okay,
gluteus.
so anyways,
He's got that Maximus gluteus, if you know what I'm talking
if you
about.
know what I'm
yes, Blake,
Aruga.
tell us about the movie.
actually, I won.
Did you win the battle?
Hey,
Yeah.
that was a good bit, Blake.
Yeah,
Thank
no, that
you.
was solid. That was
Blake,
really.
Blake, how did you feel when they
I like
took-
this
I
action.
hate this. Yeah, I don't know
Blake,
what he's
how
doing.
did you feel when and then that and
Okay,
then, oh my
okay.
God.
Edison,
Blake,
take
Blake,
over.
Blake, Blake, Blake.
Edison, take
Hold
over.
on. But then
Take over.
and then that
So-
happened?
The beginning of this movie is just Jurassic Park, right? Like it's just Jurassic Park. Not even like it's the same movie. Like they're like, "Oh, we have him in containment, but we can't keep him here forever. But also everybody come check him out. He's a cool big old monkey." But then he throws a tree at the containment center, you know, like the big old dinosaurs do, and they're like, "Oh, I'm hidden now." That's Jurassic World, but I just feel like there was so little creativity with this movie.
You guys want to hear something about this movie that I was like, that's dumb.
Yes.
They were like, all right, so they hatched this plan where they were like, all right, Godzilla's a problem, so we're gonna bring out King Kong to get a thing for a reason or whatever. And why in their right mind did they decide to take him by boat? That was the dumbest decision they ever could have made. What did they think was gonna happen? They had the ability to transport him by air, and they took him by boat so that Godzilla could conveniently come up and destroy like 5 battleships.
Right. They're like, okay, so his biggest enemy lives in the water.
Yeah, let's take him by
that way.
boat. Open air exposure.
Oh my gosh. Should have had him walk. Could have walked.
They could have walked. They could have cut a giant hole in the ground. They could have just went that way.
That would have been a
Yeah,
smarter way to do
They
it.
could have just called Godzilla and been like, "Hey, could you drill us a hole from
They
here
yeah,
to
shoot him a little
Antarctica?"
telephone call.
Give him a ring.
And that
Oh,
seems
man.
weird. So getting into Hollow Earth.
Hollow Earth.
Middle Earth is the Lord of the Rings. I'm never gonna be able to.
They just knew they couldn't call it Middle Earth because that's Lord of the Rings. So they were like,
Right.
what's a name?
Right.
Hollow
And they
Earth.
named it Hollow Earth. Okay, so but they like travel through space while they're going to Hollow Earth. There's that weird like purpley bluey some sort of
Yeah.
gravity field, I guess they were saying it was. And it feels like that it's just I don't even know. Like I don't know the science behind Hollow Earth, which clearly exists in real life. Like we all can recognize that's a
I've
real
been there.
thing.
It's quite nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I remember
But-
learning about that in Hollow Earth class or
Yeah,
Hollow
in
Earth
Hollow
science.
Hollow Earth science, yeah, and then subsequently flat Earth. But we all know that when you're going there, you just drop down, right? Like Godzilla just drills a hole in the Earth, and there's no gravity field there. What the
That's for
heck
sure.
was that thing? The purpley bluey thing they were dropping through, and they're like, "You might need a bag for throwing up."
For vomiting.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
use your
And that
vomit
the
bag.
daughter or whatever, where she's like, "My daddy get what he wants." That girl, she dies.
Crunch. She
She
dies so hard.
Guys,
Nice.
you know what? Let's do a little sidebar here. Let's talk about probably some of the greatest characters ever written for the screen, the humans in
Yes.
this movie. Blake, how do you feel about
I like this
Um,
bit. I'm
yeah,
gonna,
what
this
is
bit's
this?
so funny.
What is,
what do
what
you mean?
is this?
I'm trying to include
Well-
Blake in the conversation here, fellas.
Thank you.
I appreciate-
No,
I appreciate it.
genuinely.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
what? Who was your favorite non-Kong character? Character that wasn't Kong.
Kongolins.
Who's your favorite human character in this film?
None of them.
Here's a better question. Can you name
I
a
just
single
wanted
character?
to see that. I wanted to see them hold hands. I wanted to see
Who?
Kong and Zilla hold Kong and Zilla.
I wanted them to kiss at like 6 different points in this movie.
Yeah,
Imagine
right?
if they
so
kissed.
close.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, when
God.
They were yelling-
When
they were yelling at
Godzilla
each
was
other.
scratching away Kong's chest, I totally thought they were gonna make out.
It was so hot. Like, oh my god.
Yeah, it was
Anyways,
hot and
They were
heavy.
I know, and they were just sitting there screaming at each other in the face.
all
with
I
the-
Oh
wanted.
my god.
I feel like there are not that many differences between this movie, Jurassic Park, and 50 Shades of Grey. I'll say it.
Yeah, it's a perfect
Right.
mixture of both of those films.
Exactly, which makes it bad.
Guys, Can I just say, the mom of the little girl that can talk to King Kong is the worst
It's
mom
not her
of all
mom.
time.
Not her mom.
It's not her
It's
mom.
not her mom?
No,
Nope.
she says that in the movie.
Oh, well, I missed that part. Anyway,
Her
she
parents
sucks.
died on Kong Island or
Oh
Skull
no,
The point
her,
is-
Monkey
her,
Island.
her entire civilization died.
Well,
on
I have
Skull
not
Island.
seen the other films, but my point is that this is, like, I get she can talk to King Kong, but also, she's, like, 8, and she almost dies, like, 7 different times in this movie.
Many times.
Like, be
Yeah.
safer. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's got big. There's that one scene where he holds up his finger to her, and it's like 2
That
times her
was kind of
size.
weird.
More than 2 times.
Two times? Is that the amount you think? 2 times?
It was like it was like 2 of her.
Oh, okay. I thought you
His
meant
little
like
finger, his little fingertip.
his finger was like 2 times the size of her finger.
Yeah, oh yeah, no, King Kong is not 2 times the size of her. It's just 2 little girls stacked on top of each other making monkey noises.
Making monkey noises, killing a lizard.
Yeah, that's how they.
What did you all think?
That's
of
how they
when-
shot Willy Wonka in the chocolate factory.
What did you all think when Kong just knew American Sign Language?
So is that
I thought that made more sense than her just being able to like read how he's feeling and he can like I mean not that it makes sense but at least
Right.
there's like something I guess.
Well, here's the real question: why can she speak ASL?
Well, she was taught it, maybe.
I guess. I just
Yeah.
feel like was that like at all in any of the other movies or the one other movie? I guess.
Here's another important thing.
Yeah.
None of the characters besides Millie Bobby Brown and her father were in any of the other films.
Are you serious?
Oh, they're new.
No way.
That is a completely new cast. The
Oh
only
my
people
God.
who are constant,
That's horrible.
the only people that remain are Godzilla, King Kong, Millie Bobby Brown, and her father. Who
Wait, that girl wasn't. That girl wasn't in the original one.
Nope.
Where'd she come
What?
from?
You know what? I was
Fantastic
sitting
question.
there watching this movie, and the way I was justifying it was, these characters are probably in the other ones. That's
Me
like
too.
that's
Yeah.
why they
Nope.
suck so bad. But now I know
Nope.
it was just horrible writing.
Yeah.
That is so.
Now, the King Kong Skull Island or Kong Skull Island takes place in the 70s, right at the end of the Vietnam War.
Yeah.
So like that, like it kind of like all those characters are like dead. But like the 2 Godzilla movies take place directly before this film, and like none of the characters remain the same. The first Godzilla movie. Do you know who like the main character is?
No, probably.
It's
is it
it's
Godzilla?
Bryan Cranston who
It's
played
Bryan Cranston.
yes, who played Walter
Godzilla?
White in Breaking Bad,
Yeah, and
and also the father in Malcolm in the Middle. Yeah,
and
Wow,
he's
good
not
stuff.
there. Well, they
Where-
had
where
to
was
spend
he?
they had to spend all their money on giant, big old kaiju's.
yeah, that's for sure. That's why Godzilla wasn't in the first film, is because all of their money went to Bryan Cranston.
Probably did, because that was post Breaking Bad. Yeah.
That movie came out in 2014.
Oh,
That's
so
another
it's right
thing.
around the same time.
This movie is set in 2020. Like it's not set in the future.
Yo, no mask.
I don't know.
Bold.
I think they missed a little bit of 2020 in their depiction.
Yeah. I
That's
also
why there were
think
so few
2020.
people.
missed just a little bit of the hovercraft flying things that can
Right.
bend, time and also
Right.
defibrillate a giant monkey.
That that's true. I haven't seen one of those for sure.
All of the logic in this movie kind of seemed like they were just making it up as they went.
Hmm.
It was like,
I think they
oh
were.
yeah, and now we're gonna go down this hole, and now we have these spaceships that do this thing, and you're gonna vomit, and also we can defibrillate a giant monkey with it, and also we have a Mecha Godzilla now. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
I
okay.
think that this movie would have been a lot funnier if they added in the Meg.
The Meg. Oh man, could you imagine Big
Imagine if
Shark?
there was right. Like imagine if they were fighting in the water and then because he's on a boat for some reason, and then there's a big monkey punching a big lizard, and then all of a sudden the Meg shows up. Because there are multiple the Megs, as we know from the end of the first the Meg. There's a big one, and then there's an even bigger the Meg at the end of that film.
I was waiting for the giant Torterra to show up
That just would
from
step
Detective
on all of them.
Pikachu. That would just sit on
Yeah.
all of them. Yeah.
I do want to say that the moral of this movie is very clearly don't listen to podcasts.
Yeah.
For real.
Let that one.
Actually,
hey,
no, wait.
listener,
The moral
let
of
that
the
one
movie
sit
is
in.
wait to podcasts. You're wrong.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, because everybody was like, the podcasts are making you crazy." Because that guy was crazy. Is he a character in the other ones?
Yeah, and no, 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 he's not.
I thought for sure he was.
No, yeah, no, you'd think it would make sense. Apex isn't in the other ones too, the company he
Mm.
works for. Apex, again in the movie before this, there was this eco-terrorist organization whose their main goal was to return the Titans to be the apex predators and kill off just a bunch of humans. And so I don't know why they went, because Apex is supposed to be like that organization, just like
Right,
different.
but their goal's the
So I don't
exact
know why
opposite
they
of that.
the complete opposite. And it's like, what in the world?
Yeah, there's no way that they weren't literally shooting this movie as they were writing it.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, they're like, well, how'd they get the skull? And it's like, well, they got it from the dude before. And they're like, well, what are they gonna do with it? And they're like, well, we're gonna make a big robot from it. And they were like, well, then what's the robot gonna do? And they're like, well, it's gonna kill Godzilla. And then they're like, well,
You know,
but
for how the movie Interstellar, Christopher Nolan hired like an astrophysicist to go along and keep the science in check a little bit, like try and figure out possible ways that this could happen.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. So I think for this movie, they just hired Ronald McDonald.
Probably. Yeah.
they hired Bozo and like a 12-year-old. And
I
like
want
every
to
couple.
say,
What's that?
sorry.
No, you're good.
It looked good. Like there were some
True.
scenes
It did
that,
look-
like,
it
Oh,
did look
that
good.
lighting, dude.
Yeah.
The Hong Hong lighting looked really,
Hong
really
Kong
good.
lighting, the blue and red lights shimmering off of Kong's just big, hairy, muscular chest. Wow.
Yeah.
That
That
looked
was really
good.
something else.
That was nice.
I thought every battle in this movie was exciting, and I was like interested in watching.
I agree.
I agree.
Yes.
I definitely got up and like got snacks and things during this movie, but never during the battles.
Well, yeah,
Battles were the best part,
There was
by
two
far.
of them, and that's the reason you're there.
I guess
This is
there are
kind of- there's-
three.
There's three of them, yeah. And here's another thing. Excluding Godzilla, the original one, both Kong Skull Island and Godzilla King of Monsters have very good like lighting. Like you're watching and you're like, man, this is like a really pretty film.
Yeah,
And like I'd say this is similar to this one.
I agree.
But yeah, it's just god awful boring until they fight and you're like, yeah, Kong, beat the shit out of
I
that
know.
stupid
And
little
that lasts
lizard.
for like 4 minutes, and then you are wrong about that.
Yeah, no, you're incorrect, but
What are you gonna
yeah, I don't know. I mean, the movies. Oh, that's the other thing. The poster for the movie, it says Kong versus Godzilla or Godzilla versus Kong, whatever. One will fall. Neither of them fell.
King
Well,
Kong?
King
I
Kong
mean,
did fall.
well, yeah, sorry, both of them fell at multiple times.
Right.
But
Well, actually, I think if you look at the tapes,
Godzilla does fall because one of the people I was watching was like, "Oh well, look, Kong fell down and Godzilla's still standing." And then right when they said that, Godzilla just hit the deck.
he does. They both hit the deck a couple of times
Yeah,
in
I
this
and I,
movie.
and I was
Poor
Godzilla was
buildings.
getting his behind, his scaly bastard behind dragged through Hong Kong that whole film by
Can we talk about? Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no when Mecha Godzilla came out, he beat the shit out of Godzilla.
He really did. It was not
Like
even close.
I was hoping Godzilla would I got to root for the bad guy sometimes. I was hoping he'd land a hit or two on Mechazilla. He didn't
Not
touch him,
one.
not a single one.
And then he almost like broke his jaw and like spit fire into him. It was insane.
But of course,
That was
Kong was there.
I enjoyed that.
Good thing Kong was there.
Well, we can agree to disagree. He would have been
Okay.
fine.
Can I get very nerdy and specific about a couple of my problems with this movie?
Yes, please do.
All right. So if you're gonna make a monster movie, right, you've gotta spend some time with the humans, right? Because you can't really care about the monsters fighting if there's no humans on the ground. But the humans in this movie kind of suck. And I think
True.
a part of the reason why the humans in this movie kind of suck is because, like, I think the idea is, well, you can go one of two ways. You can go with, you play a movie like this, like, for the absurdity, and, like, it's kind of, like, self-aware of how utterly ridiculous it is. Or you can play it like, okay, this is real life, and how would people actually react if a giant Godzilla and a giant King Kong were fighting and destroying buildings and stuff? And I felt as if this movie kind of tried to do both. I felt like there were moments where they were trying to make, like, the argument that, like, okay, this is the real world, and this is how people would actually react if, like, Godzilla and King Kong were fighting. Like, they had things like they would like bring CNN in to do like a news report on Godzilla, and they would like have kids in their classes like go to assemblies about Godzilla, and like Millie Bobby Brown was like crying a bunch and stuff. But then also things happened like Millie Bobby Brown, who's like, I don't know, like a teenager, and the podcast guy, and then the kid from Deadpool snuck in to Apex, this like giant government organization, and we're just like standing in that giant test tube at the exact same time when Mechagodzilla was supposed to fight, and like they were like, it was just like, and they were playing a lot of stuff for jokes, and it just kind of felt like they were trying to be like goofy but like also serious at the same time, and it like totally didn't work for me at all.
Yeah, it definitely fell on its ass as hard as King Kong did.
Yeah, King Kong definitely lost.
It was almost as bad as when Godzilla fell too. He also fell down. I want to say that he fell too.
I don't recall
Secondly.
King Kong scratching Godzilla's chest. That's all I'm saying.
I do remember that one time when he dug an axe like halfway through his leg, though.
Yeah, well, we've all had axes in our legs.
Yeah, fair enough.
I have.
The director of this movie came out and said that people are ready for a humanless kaiju film, and I think that that's true. I mean, I guess
100%.
how do you like give it a story, I guess, without it being without any humans? I mean, obviously there would be humans like on the ground, but
Here's the deal. The one human that I personally kind of found redeemable was the little girl that could talk to King Kong. And I feel like
definitely.
if you're gonna do like a human story that interplays with the giant monster story, like that's the one to do, right? This movie was so crowded. There were so many characters and I hated all of them. Like, cut back like most of those characters and then just give me more time to actually understand what half of these people want or what half of these people are doing, because I have no idea. But like,
what, Zach, you're so right about that.
I'm directing the next Godzilla movie. It's me.
You should,
bless.
actually.
God bless. Sign my GoFundMe. Sign my what's that other thing called?
Patreon, maybe is what you're talking about.
No.
Question.
Yeah.
Yes, Blake.
So this is kind of late, but what is kaiju?
Hey,
It's
this is an educational podcast, so there's no need to feel bad about asking questions.
It's a brand of ramen noodle.
Yeah, that's
help
a fact.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact. It's a brand of ramen noodle.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is what it is. No,
Moving
a
on,
kaiju
no.
a kaiju
Yes.
is basically what Godzilla and King Kong are. It's the monsters. That's like the Japanese name for them, I guess,
Big
for the
big
what they
monster.
are.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, you guys never talked about what it was, so I just kind of went with it.
Imagine
Yeah,
if we
no.
had just made up a word and just pretended and just went
No,
along with
yes,
it and
because
not
there's
told Blake.
always a word. There's always a word that I don't know. What you guys are talking about.
One of these days, I'm literally just gonna text Zach and Cameron. Rest in peace, Cameron. He's still alive. He just has work.
But I mean, do we know he's still alive?
No, no.
He's not here. He's not here right now. So
That's true. And
Ooh.
we'll see. I guess we'll see next week. But I'm gonna
True.
text
tune
Zach
in
and
next
Cameron
week.
and just next week. You know what a
Yeah.
week is.
Yeah, tune in.
gosh.
Tune in next week.
Tune in next week for the Lorax.
See if
I'm
Cam
gonna
really
text them
is
both
alive.
and just right. That's why you should tune in next week. But I'm gonna text Zach and Cameron and just make up a word with them and just go with it and not tell you.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, that
I
sounds
won't
cool.
know. I'm dumb, so yeah.
Yeah, because there definitely has been at least one per film
Yes.
Quips?
for
yes.
every one of these
Quips?
episodes. Yep, Quips was the first one.
Quips.
The second
yeah,
one, there was one for Snyder Cut, but I don't remember what it was.
literally just everything about that.
Probably
movie.
every other.
Yeah, probably everything. Yeah. And now
Wait, so
kaiju.
wait. So Blake, how did you
Yeah?
feel about when Godzilla
No.
beheaded? Not Godzilla. When King Kong beheaded that thing and ate its guts.
Oh god, I hated that.
How did you feel about that scene?
Yeah, I didn't mind it.
Okay.
I watch Saw movies, so
I guess so. I thought it was gross though.
That was that's his like finisher. He likes to rip the head off of things, or like in
And eat his brain.
yeah, in Kong Skull Island, his finisher against the Big Mama, the Big Mama's eating his hand, and then he grabs its stomach and rips out like everything,
Oh my god,
like
Oh.
its entire digestive system through its mouth.
that's insane.
Dude,
Cool.
that's sick.
So here's another thing. Zach, you brought up a great point. This movie gave us so many characters that I could not I could not care less about them. Like a good movie like this should get you connected to the characters so that you're invested in them and that you don't want them to die. I wanted most of the
Me
characters
too.
in this movie to
So
die.
did I.
Yeah,
know
I
exactly
wanted
what
them
you
all
mean.
to die.
I wanted them
Yeah.
all to die.
did
Besides
I.
the little girl, yeah, she's deaf. Like I guess she can stay, but the rest of them, just kill them.
Absolutely. I
Oh my
wish they all
goodness.
died.
Dude, the
I mean,
the fucking
there was
like
like a-
blonde guy or whatever. I didn't give a
yeah.
shit about him.
Me
At
either.
all.
There was like a budding romance between the fake mom and the blonde guy, but they
Yeah.
only talked about it like once.
One
and
one
then,
of my friends at the end of the movie was like, "Oh man, are they gonna kiss right now?" And we were all like, "Why would they? Like they didn't develop that at all."
at all. There was just
Honestly, if
one
they
line
did, I
about
wouldn't
it.
have been surprised with the amount of like underdeveloped
Yeah, just
stuff
jump.
in this movie.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just like the movie ends with their marriage,
right.
and
The real marriage story was the kaiju's we met along the way.
yeah, truly, and
You guys also
and
like
Kong's
how
an ordained minister.
right? You know, the day was saved by the kid from Deadpool, like dropping alcohol on the computers at
That's
Apex.
not how computers work. I know.
You guys know how that
Oh my
happened in the
God.
movie? You remember that part?
Yeah, I do
Oh, I
remember
do
that. I
remember
forgot about
that.
that.
I flipped my shit
Ugh.
at that scene. I was like, "What in the world?"
I also feel like they didn't give Kong a good enough reason to go and help Godzilla. Like, Godzilla literally comes, almost kills him, and then the deaf girl is like, go help him.
Yeah.
Friend.
They literally this entire movie was driven by that, just like this unspoken, except American Sign Language bond between the big monkey and the little monkey, and it was like it was just like, I don't know. He didn't have any other reason to do anything besides her being like
Yeah.
that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Again,
And-
this was just a movie about one big monkey and a
Yeah.
bunch of tiny little monkeys that I could not care less about.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. And Zach, I think you're absolutely right that this movie actually would have been pretty good if the only human character was that little girl.
Yeah. Literally. Get rid of them all. I don't care about
Because-
any of them.
Yeah, because then that's the perfect way to basically not have any humans in it, but kind of have like drive a story in some way, right?
Like they had the one guy who was like making Mechagodzilla or whatever. I didn't understand any about what his deal was at all. I had no idea.
Yeah, his
Couldn't tell
motive
you.
was non-existent.
Yeah, like what the heck was he doing?
And there was the driver that just like got electrocuted and died. Who was he?
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
don't know.
what?
I think he might have been the son of a character from the first one, but I do not know about that. It was kind of like I was like maybe. But yeah, the main villain there, no motive. Like it could have been like they could have been like, oh well, Godzilla killed my son or something, and because like in Godzilla King of Monsters, Millie Bobby Brown's younger brother died in the end of the first one, but we didn't know about them in the first one, so it's just like, yeah, he's dead by the way Zilla killed him.
Very cool.
Yeah,
The Zilster.
the Zilch.
Zilch for how many times he got knocked down and died.
Good one. Incorrect. And like, and I keep coming back to it, but Kong Skull Island does such a good job because it makes you like fall in love with Kong, but it also makes you care a lot about the characters in it. It's
Does
like
it?
it's set at the end of the Vietnam War, and so you have this cast of soldiers, like American soldiers who are they're like about to go home, and then they get like one last like mission to Skull Island, and so there's a great dynamic between the soldiers, so you care about them. Samuel L. Jackson's their commander, and he does like a great job being crazy Samuel L. Jackson, and so like you don't care about him, but you're invested in him because he's kind of like the villain, and then they make Kong like this very misunderstood monster, like they always do. Like all the Kong movies are like that, like the 2005 one.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was a good film because you actually cared about the characters in it, and like if someone died, you were like upset about it. In this movie, I was like squash him, kill him, just drop something on him. I don't care.
Yeah, honestly, I think it'd be fun if they finally just made a King Kong movie where he just sucks. He's just a big monkey that wants to kill everything.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, when's the last time they even did that? Probably the first one, right? And not a single one since then.
Yeah. Well, no, every single one's just like been like the whole like Beauty killed the Beast deal, where he's this misunderstood monster who, he just wants to smooch a pretty girl, and then he falls off the Empire State Building. It's like sucks to suck, I guess, but.
Yeah, I want to see a King Kong movie where he legitimately does not want to smooch a pretty girl. He just wants to like beat some people up.
I want to see one where he's just a monkey.
It's just a regular looking monkey. It's like the Joker, but Curious George.
He's just eating bananas.
Right.
Wild skin and all, slurping them down.
So normally we haven't for 2 weeks in a row because last week it would have been ridiculous, and this week normally we do a scene by scene, right? However, this movie doesn't have scenes. It just goes. There are different parts of this story,
like
but it doesn't matter
dumb shit
at
just
all.
happens.
Like I could probably sit here and tell you everything that happened that was important in I don't know, 2 minutes maybe.
Nothing important happened.
Exactly.
The only important thing is the fight,
that Godzilla
and even
won.
then. Actually, I you guys keep bringing that up. I think you might be a little misunderstood. Maybe you're a little hard of hearing or something, and hard of seeing, and because Kong actually won. Like I was just on the phone with Kong, and he was telling me about how he won.
Oh yeah,
really? I was talking to Godzilla, so.
Oh, were you? Yeah. Well, it's hard to talk to Godzilla because he doesn't know American Sign Language. So
it's kind of crazy because I was just were you talking
you
American
said
Sign
over
Language
the
on the phone?
Yeah, I was talking on the phone.
It's kind of crazy because I was just talking to Millie Bobby Brown. She didn't tell me anything. I don't know. It wasn't very helpful.
She just started crying.
I was talking to her. She was just crying to me. She was just bawling her eyes out.
Just use your special powers, Millie Bobby Brown. She just picked up the monkey.
Here's an insane thing that I thought I should share.
Tell me your insane thing.
Y'all know Bon Jovi?
I do know Bon Jovi.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi's son, Jake Bon Jovi,
He goes
to the. What's that?
He goes to
Jake
Syracuse.
Bon Jovi goes to Syracuse?
Exactly. he goes to Syracuse, which is the school next to my school. But guess who he's dating?
Is
Godzilla.
it Zach?
It's Millie Bobby Brown.
Wait, really?
That's not real,
Yeah.
right?
They were seen in New York City, like over the weekend. I heard.
What?
Yeah, holding hands and smooching and stuff.
Zach,
Oh
you
my
should
God.
you should get real close with Jake Bon Jovi.
Yeah,
so
maybe
that
I
you
could
can...
be in the next Godzilla.
No,
Yeah.
so that you can go up to Millie Bobby Brown and tell her to her face that you wish she had died in Godzilla v Kong.
I wouldn't do that.
Ooh.
I would. What's she gonna
But-
do? I don't know. Cry?
Yeah, she will.
She will.
But
probably
but
will.
of course she is a minor, which makes it a little But
Oh, she
You know.
is. I thought she was like our age.
no,
No,
she's 17,
she's
so
younger.
Oh, she's a little younger.
almost. But yeah, so when I was watching the film, I called up Jake Bon Jovi and I was like, "Hey man, I'm watching your girl right now." And he was like, "How'd you get my number? Who are you?" And I laughed and I hung up the phone.
Our
then
boy Jake Jake Bon Jovi.
Banjivi, and then I American Sign Language cowered and hung up the phone.
Of course, he didn't hear it, but you knew.
Well, no, I was talking on the phone to him, so he heard it.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, I thought that
Yeah.
you said you were talking on the phone, but I forgot.
No,
you were talking on the phone.
I was talking on the phone, and I signed it so he could hear. So because I signed it
that's
the
my
same way
bad.
I was when I was talking to Kong, and we were ASLing back and forth over the phone.
Do you think that King Kong would have a big phone?
No,
Would
so
he have a normal size?
human sized phone. He actually has a BlackBerry.
He is a BlackBerry. He has a big BlackBerry, or he just holds it like pinching it. You know?
No,
How does he type the numbers?
He just
hits it
accidentally
with his
squishes
fingers.
it, like he just
Yeah,
accidentally
they just
breaks
keep
it all the
they
time.
keep buying him BlackBerries.
Yeah.
That is so silly.
I loved when, well, first off, they had the one like government daughter lady who was like like the most generic
Yeah, the one
dumb
that
character.
died.
And then they have her in the thing, and I like when Godzilla smushed not Godzilla, I keep mixing them up. When King Kong smushed her little ship, and she was like, "No, no, no."
Yeah, he
it
picks her up and dies. She dies.
He was on the outside, and you could hear her clear as day going, "No, no, no, crunch."
Yeah, she was like, "No, no, 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 no."
There was a lot of crunching in this film. Every time
Whoa.
any one of them would get hit, it was like bones cracking galore.
This was easily one of the crunchiest films I've seen in a while.
Yeah, the crunch factor was off the chain, dude.
It was.
Yeah, my crunchometer was going through the roof.
It was crunching. It was crunching so hard.
This sounds
Blake,
like a
Blake, how did
Captain
you feel
Crunch
about
commercial.
the crunching?
Yeah.
I
Like, how-
don't even
on-
know how to
like-
respond to that.
On a scale from
One to
one to
Crunch
crunch.
Wrap Supreme.
Mm,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give me some. Yeah, give me some.
Yeah,
spinach.
that was a great answer.
God bless. Dude,
That was so good. Oh
crunchy
man,
answer right there.
sure was.
Mhm.
Man, snap crackle pop. Am I right?
No,
I just feel like this movie just was not that good.
no, it really wasn't.
Wait, does
I mean,
Paul's rating count?
Yeah, I guess so. Because so that we
It
have
has
4.
to,
Because
yeah.
it wouldn't
Yes,
make
yeah.
sense.
Well, yeah, I'm not Paul. I'm Cameron. I've been Cameron this whole time.
Oh, that's
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah,
Mr.
yeah.
Quincy?
Sorry, Mr. Quincy.
I guess it's probably
I'm happy.
time. for
Yeah,
us
I was
to
gonna
give
say
our
I'm happy to
final
rate it
thoughts here.
and
Yeah.
end it. Man.
Blake, go first.
Yeah, Blake, if you have a rating, you go ahead.
2 out of 10.
All right. Hey,
Yeah.
I don't blame you. Do you have
No
any reasoning for that?
No.
Okay.
No.
Just it's intuitive.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Monkey instinct.
Monkey instinct.
Y'all
Teleports
go.
behind you.
Rate it. Zach, what do you think about this?
Wow, Blake.
Zach, what's your feelings on the
Yeah.
part where you rate the movie?
Right.
I feel good about the movie.
Good.
All right.
Okay.
Is this the best movie I've ever seen in my life?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Okay. Sorry.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
I like Spider-Man more than this movie. I had more fun watching Spider-Man than I had watching this movie. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I think that I'm gonna have to give it a 2.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
The 2.5 out of 10 is strictly because of the crunch factor. So.
Yeah. And I think personally, I'm going to hit it with a 3 because I did enjoy the fights, but I didn't enjoy a single other thing of this movie. So for the 3 fights, I'm giving it a 3.
Perfect. One per fight.
Mr. Quincy?
I guess that leaves me. It's funny when I finished watching this film, someone was like, "Oh, what would you get out of a 10?" And I originally gave it a 5, and I was like, "No, I'll give it a 6." But now I want to give it a 4.
We talked a lot of shit about this movie.
Really
I know.
Yeah.
There are not a lot of redeeming factors to this film.
There really aren't. And like I've been thinking about it because I watched it like Wednesday, so I've had a couple of days to think on it. And it's originally I was like, well, it's like fun, but like, is it? It's not really fun.
No,
like the fights are
really.
fun.
It's not really.
The part in like the Hollow Earth lasted like 2 minutes. Like what in the world? Like he literally killed those flying snake things, and then they just didn't come back. Okay, and like it was. I will say the most fun parts were when Kong was on screen. When Zilla was on screen, it was like, well, Kong's already there. So, but when everything else just wasn't fun.
They were never not on screen. Like if Godzilla was on screen, King Kong was on screen.
He was nearby,
Yeah.
and then compare again, being the resident, seeing the other 3 movies person. When I finished watching Godzilla King of Monsters, I said to myself, "Holy smokes, that was a really bad film." When I finished watching Kong versus Godzilla, I was like, "Holy smokes, that was worse than Godzilla King of Monsters."
Wow.
Which is saying kind of a lot because Godzilla
really
King of
is.
Monsters, I do recommend you watch it because that one is fun and it's got a lot of CVS ad placement, which I love.
That is great. That's good.
Yeah.
But it was bad, and this movie was worse than that for sure. So yeah, I'll give it a solid 3.25 out of 10.
3.25.
That's
All
what
right.
I'm settled on.
That's
So,
a low score. That did not even top 10, did it? It didn't get. I don't think that went
That's
over
the
10.
lowest movie we've had.
Yeah,
And-
for
yeah.
sure.
By far.
It just keeps getting worse.
Yeah, we're reviewing worse and worse movies. But
Now
not next week.
Now that filming is wrapped, what do you think Godzilla and Kong are doing now?
Holding hands.
Kissing, maybe.
Smooching.
They're
You-
kissing.
Making out.
You know they're
Do you think?
smooching big time.
Do you think that Kong's gonna get Academy Award nom for this?
Maybe.
Easily. I mean his
For
performance
best
was
actress.
Yeah, I'd say for best beating the shit out of a big lizard. He might
would
get that one.
Best score,
Um,
maybe.
Oh yeah, well I don't know if you know this. Kong did all of the music himself.
Yeah, that's why.
Oh,
That's
for
why he
real?
would get that.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just sitting there singing it the whole time.
Well, he wasn't singing; he was American Sign Languaging it.
Oh, my bad.
So
Yeah.
Oh.
My favorite part was when they were in Hong Kong and Kong was just sitting there Konging American Sign Language all of the music.
yeah,
I'm gonna
That
be honest,
sentence
I
made
don't
no
remember
sense.
any of the music in this movie. I don't remember
yeah.
no
Well,
music.
Yeah, I was trying to think if there was
I don't
any
think
song
there
with, like
was.
lyrics.
No, there was lots
Don't
of.
think
I was
there
trying to
was.
listen for that during the movie, and it's
Yeah.
lots of just like action noises. Like it's not
Yeah.
like yeah.
They have a guy who they gave credit for the music. I don't remember there being any music.
Me
I
neither.
don't either. I mean, I imagine there was some.
There was
music,
probably
but
some.
Yeah.
How funny would
I
it
know.
have been if, like, Godzilla and Kong were fighting to pure imagination?
Or any. If they
Wow,
were
that'd
fighting
be
to
so
any
funny.
music. Yeah.
Like, I can kick you out of the Discord at any point I wanted to.
Don't do it.
He got that
No.
vaccine. He has too much power.
I know.
Um, Yeah.
Brimming.
And
Brimming with
again,
power.
Again, I keep bringing it up. Kong, Skull Island, great soundtrack. Like, legitimately good soundtrack. Again, it's set in like Vietnam era, so they have a lot of music to choose from.
That sounds like a
Um,
film that Phil Collins would score. Did Phil Collins score it?
Yeah, when he was
I
there was
can
this one scene where they were in like a camp and they were playing all these pots and pans, and then Kong
Yeah,
came in and
yeah.
he was like singing about I don't know, love and being a monkey but also a human.
A Tarzan film, but instead of all of the monkeys, it's just one Kong
It's just one Kong and a bunch of tiny monkeys that he keeps stepping on.
on accident. Yeah.
I would like to take this opportunity to plug my new film Godzilla versus Blake.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hitting theaters 2023. So
There is no
really,
23.
really
suspense. I
excited.
win.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh well,
you don't
Blake,
even need to,
you just spoiled the
you don't
movie?
even need to watch it. You can just know for sure.
Because remember, every film ever is targeted for me,
Right.
and I am
A film
in
made
all of
for
them, too.
Blake, starring Blake.
Yeah.
Yeah, truly.
For
Except
Blake,
for
by Blake.
Zack Snyder's Snyder cut.
Yeah.
That was the only one that was not.
That correct.
I mean,
Well, I mean,
okay, wait. I want to do the math. What this actually scored, just so that we can quantize it. I gave it a 3. Zach gave it a 2.5.
I think
Yes.
so. Yeah.
Blake gave it a 2. So
What
7.5.
did you
You gave it a 2. What?
Sorry, I just thought you said my name weird. Never mind. Go on.
Oh. So 9. It literally got a 9.75. So no, it did not top 10.
so close to breaking 10.
It was almost there. Hey, next time.
Yeah. Next Kong versus Godzilla.
Yeah.
And that's the other thing. Do you all think they will make a sequel to this?
Absolutely
This
not.
movie made a shit ton of money.
Did it?
I'll
What?
say it made like $180 million in COVID.
Yeah. They
That's ridiculous.
Crazy shit like that.
I'm
Is
I'm
there-
Oh,
not,
in
they did-
China, yeah, I saw that figure actually. Yeah, I remember seeing that. You're right.
So
Yeah, 'cause
did it
maybe
in
they
China,
will.
it's a huge thing.
They
People
did a
love
good
it in Hong
job.
Kong.
On Hong Kong, it was big. It was really big. All those Hong Kongians were all over this movie. I mean, they did a good job, like getting people invested in it because it's like big monkey versus lizard. I mean, it's all I've been talking about for the. I don't know who I
Me too.
am
Right.
anymore.
It's
now
like
that this
big
movie's
monkey
done.
versus big lizard. We live in a society, all that stuff, you know?
It really is
Yeah.
because, like, I haven't watched a single one of the other films, and I was excited.
Yeah, I hadn't seen any of them, and then when I heard this movie was coming out, I watched all of them. And they were bad, except Kong Skull Island. If you can take anything out of this, watch Kong Skull Island. You will enjoy it. You will have a good time. You will fall in love with Kong because he is a honka something, and also that charisma, And when he American Sign Languages at you, oh man,
Does that happen in Kong Skull Island?
no, it does not. It does not happen in Kong Skull Island.
Oh my gosh, yeah, look at this. Brie Larson, Tom Hiddleston, Samuel L. Jackson, John C.
it's-
Reilly,
They have it's just Marvel, but then they're
Mark
on an
Evan
island.
Jackson, J.K. Simmons, Michael Keaton.
Wait,
The
J.K.
heck
Simmons
is
and
this?
Michael Keaton are in Kong Skull Island?
Yes.
Dude, it was such
How?
a well casted, good movie, good acting, perfect balance of like seriousness and monster movie, and then just the biggest monkey you'll ever see.
That's insane. Well, now I gotta watch that, but I guess we'll just add it to the list. Maybe we'll watch it
Yeah,
sometime.
I'll
Add it to the
It's
wheel.
it's also on HBO Max, I think.
Yeah,
um,
I would imagine because HBO Max has Godzilla v Kong.
Yeah, but they don't have the original Godzilla movie, I don't think.
I've
Like
seen
they
the
have-
original Godzilla movie from like
Not that one.
like the black and white one where it's like a miniature stop motion one.
We should talk about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
With the-
actually, can we just 180 this completely and start talking about the old black and white
The,
King
like,
Kong
19
movie?
We'll
60s version.
all watch it now, but we'll keep the recording going,
Right, it'll be
and
a
so-
live reaction
and so our viewers at home can just listen to us quietly watching it by ourselves.
for like 2 hours.
Yeah, and then we'll come back and talk about it.
Yeah, after this already an hour and a half long podcast.
Oh boy.
Well, I think this is a good place to call it. I don't know that I have anything else to say. Does anybody else have anything to say?
Yeah, no. Nope.
You guys, I just want to let you know, you're all cowards in my heart.
Yeah,
That's right. We're all cowards. What
we're
a
all
stupid
cowards.
what a stupid thing.
Yeah, man.
Like not even that's not funny. Like it's not fun or funny. Anyway, thank you for listening. If you've gotten this far into this podcast about a not very good movie, thank you for listening. We really appreciate it. Follow the podcast on your choice of
You better do it.
podcast streaming service, or give us a like and a subscription on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube.
If you don't do it, Godzilla will come after you.
If you
That
don't do
is
it,
true.
Big monkey will step on your little monkey head.
Yeah,
True.
and that is the socially isolated college kid's promise.
Yes.
It's gonna
True.
happen to you. Actually, even if you do subscribe, it's still gonna happen to you. So
Yeah,
hopefully you're into that.
Kong just hung up his BlackBerry. It's a done deal. I mean,
It's over.
It's tiny little
He
regular
accidentally
sized
smushed it
BlackBerry.
again. He
Yeah.
can't use
yeah,
it.
Yeah,
We can't call him
we
back.
can't call him back.
yeah.
It's
It's
just-
too
it's-
late.
We can't,
Yeah.
can't communicate.
Right.
So I
I
guess
don't know what
start
to tell
running.
Yeah. If you're listening right now, run.
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 Thank you so much for listening. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Join us next week. For
We're gonna be live from Hollow Earth.
Live from Middle Earth, from the Lord of the Rings. We will be watching the Lorax, and boy, are we all excited about it! Thank you, Paul, for coming on, being a guest
Yes,
star.
thank
We
you, Paul,
appreciate
so
it.
much.
With
yes,
all your kaiju knowledge.
all my like I feel like a nerd right now. I came on
Yeah.
here and I knew things about this and I never want that to happen. But
I know.
I'm glad I was put to good use. I can't thank you all enough for having me today.
You'll be
it was
back.
helpful.
We'll
Yeah.
have you back.
Oh,
We'll have
dude,
you back
you can't
sometime.
get rid of me. I'm
Yeah.
very much like a rash or like a fungus that grows on your skin that you can't. It's like really hard to get rid of me. So,
And on that note,
And thank you, Blake, for learning a new word today once again.
Yay!
What is it? What is the word and what does it mean? Let's see if it worked.
Oh, I don't know.
All right.
You guys gave a
Listen-
shitty explanation.
Listener at home, tell us the word. We're gonna do this Dora the Explorer style. Listener at home, tell Blake the word. That's right. It's kaiju.